So, Brad, for a marketer then, or maybe probably more likely an agency, who is the agency interacting with? Is it Experian? Is it Cardlytics? Is it Dish? Is it the three of you together? How does the agency think about the players that go together to make up, the solution that gets them what they want for their client?
That's a great question, because it is evolving, and we have many of those folks in the room here who we talk to on a regular basis. So it is, in these early days, it's very much what needs to be happening. I think all of us are talking to the agencies up here. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the agencies bring us on sometimes with the advertiser themselves who more completely understand it, but it is very fluid, and it's very, kind of depends on the situation, as we're all learning what can be done. I think when things get a little more clear and defined about what data can be used and how things work, we probably would need to be on less calls and meetings. But I speak for Experian. We're certainly on a lot of calls to help define usually the audience because there's just a lot of data out there. So it's what data do we have? What do our data partners have? We often have a pretty good perspective on what can be done, what can be crafted. But believe me, there's all of us here. Again, I can speak. We're on calls together, and it's because it's still a bit of an art to put this together at this point. But I see everybody's getting better. Us and the agencies, everybody in the ecosystem, the advertisers, are getting better at this and understanding what questions to ask and what they want.
So what does it look like for Experian in the television world in 10 years? What does the television world look like, and what role are you going to be playing?
Okay, that's an excellent question. Yeah, easy question. So basically, we see each other, we see ourselves as the glue that helps connect data, linkage, and measurement. So we help. Dish is deploying it on media channels. You guys have transactional data, viewing data, and we have demographic data. We view ourselves as a little bit of a data marketplace, so that you can come to one place, shop for a variety of data that you want, apply it to that target, whichever channel you want, media partner you want to work with. We want to make that happen so that helping people with their audiences is the quick way to say that, I guess. So.
Do you imagine a significant increase in actual cross-device and cross-screen behavior? I think it's still really nascent.
Yeah, significant. In fact, that is absolutely one of the trends we see. We're putting partnerships together for that. That's kind of going, I'd say mobile is probably the next big thing that will add on to TV campaigns. I know, again, we've all had experience with that so far, but I think that will really pick up. And then, going to, what's the TV behavior, the online behavior, and the mobile behavior. Those three, that's what everybody wants. We're going toward it. It's just a little bit of work right now.
Yeah, do you find that folks or agencies, on behalf of their marketers, are experimenting with the targeting across devices question, or are they using these capabilities to understand cross-screen behavior and then target? What order are they doing things in? Or is it both?
I'd say they're mainly trying to figure out that target, and they're saying, hey, we're targeting in this channel, we'd like to also target in this other channel. But how do we do it? And then how do we measure it?
Right.
So again, the savvy advertisers, especially ones early on, they're asking that question because they know, well, if I can't prove that I spent all this money on an extra data or extra targeting or extra channel, then what's the point? So that's the big thing we've seen, that is measurement has really picked up in the past. In fact, we talked about, again, Prasad knows as well, as early days of Addressable, probably 20% of the campaigns were measured. They're just kind of happy to be doing Addressable. And after a while, now it's 95% of the campaigns are measured.
So early days to today is how long?
Yeah, exactly. Probably 3.5 years.
So 95% are being measured now. Yes. That's encouraging. And it's interesting because you are basically having to overcome a lot of entrenched thinking about what works, how to do things, and what works, right? When you have a marketing mix model that gives you a result every 6 months and it works, it's driving business. To have proof, to be able to say, actually, when you are doing something that's sequenced across screens or is additive across screens, that starts to change behavior, right? Buying behavior on the part of the marketer.
I think we, especially early days, you have the I think we're getting a lot of the early adopters. So the people we interact with, I think we can all say, generally are pretty open, pretty interested, and ask us a lot of questions. But we all feel that there's a whole group of advertisers who are just, we're not doing that. That's complex. I don't really understand how that's working. I'll just keep buying TV the way I've always bought it. So once we start really cracking into that set of advertisers, I think it's really going to take off.
That's a tipping point.